To all those above me that watch over me, to all of you, my fave parapeeps on this side of the veil, welcome. This is Reverend Sean Whittington's Paranormal Ministry. I'm your host, Reverend Sean the Rev, and welcome to my haunted house, my very haunted house. And it's been active today, and I know why, because it's my very special co host that's going to be joining us here in just a couple of minutes. And on that note, God bless you all for tuning in to the very first Happy Medium Monday on the Paranormal Ministry, something that I did for the last 3 years on my radio show. The last Monday of every month, bringing on my very special co host who's going to give free live on air psychic readings from the chat room all show long. So let me get to her as soon as I can. But real quick, if there's anything you want to know about my wife and I, and don't worry about the prayers tonight. I took care of everybody in the prayer urn earlier, took care of everybody in the mailbag earlier today so I could get right to tonight's show. But I do want to let you guys know if there's anything you want to know about my wife and I and our ministry work, go to our website, www.ghost-b-gone.biz. If you go to visit, keep in mind my wife and I don't charge for our ministry work, helping people with their paranormal issues. So I know times are tough, but if you notice the donate button and you're able to do so, click on it and send in a small donation to our ministry. I promise you, it'll be appreciated from the bottom of our hearts. And trust me, we will put it to good use. In addition to being an ordained exorcist, I'm also a spiritual advisor. So if you're having issues of a spiritual nature, not necessarily paranormal, you'd like to speak to the Rev about that, there's a place on the website where you can make an appointment. But go to the page called the WSE course/book. On that page, you'll find the ghost store. Lots of cool things to buy there. But scroll down to the bottom, you'll see my new haunted autobiography, God, Ghosts, and the Paranormal Ministry. And I quote, scariest book I ever published. That was Annette Munich of Stellium Books, my publisher. Don't let that scare you off of purchasing a copy, though. If you haven't done your good deed for the day yet, part of the proceeds of every sale of every copy of my book goes to support stjude.org, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Nevada, and the ASPCA. And if there was a better time to get the first book, it's now, because the second book, God, Ghosts, and the Paranormal Ministry 2, Chronicles of an American Exorcist, comes out this summer. And there's stories in the first book I left open ended that I give updates on in the second book. So it's a good time to buy the first one, get all caught up before the second book comes out. Scroll down a little bit further, and you will see the Worldwide Society of Exorcists. I'm a founding member. I offer a 12-week online college level course, Introduction to Spiritual Warfare, that you can enroll in at the website or go to the Facebook page, the Worldwide Society of Exorcists, read more about the course to see if it's for you before making that type of commitment. All my students that graduate get a stunning diploma, certificate of completion, suited for framing, along with some other very special blessed gifts that you can only get from yours truly, the Rev. So please keep all of my former, current, and future students in your prayers. Okay, brothers and sisters, the reason why you all tuned in tonight. Happy Medium Monday. My very special co-host is going to take over when I pull her on here. And what can I say about her other than I love her, I respect her, I've known her a long, long, long time. She is Cape Cod's only live on air psychic radio personality, radio, TV, film personality, actress, highly gifted, world renowned psychic medium. Please welcome to the show the one and only Susan AHEARN. Susan, are you with us?
I am. Oh, it's so good to see you. This is
I
so much
know.
fun.
It is. Um, and that's hey, what can we say? It's almost like a miracle that you're here. You know what I'm talking about because it just as long as I've known you and all the different types of people I've had on the show over the years, there is always something that doesn't want you and I speaking and doesn't want you giving live readings. And whatever that is, we beat up it pretty good today and we got it out of the way. And so the show will go on. Um,
Right? We're onto its shenanigans.
yeah.
It's been well, let's tell people like a little bit of it, how it it blocked us from messaging each other on Facebook, and we couldn't fix that at all, like, for a long time. And even after we asked for help and told Facebook what was happening, they of course, they didn't do anything anyways, but yeah, that blew our minds. That was the first time, I think. But it
And
does this
my
to us
wife
all.
is always so calm, cool, and collective over these things, and she knows. As soon as I started telling her this morning, you were getting ready, she was getting ready for work, and I said, "Oh, I'm praying that we don't have any issues with Susan today." And she goes, "Yeah, well, you know how it is with her." And so, it is what it is. But I'm just, so glad it is. So what we're gonna do is anybody that tuned in, whether you're a psychic medium or you know one, or you just are a very spiritual person and would like a free live on air psychic reading with Susan tonight, we're not going to throw you on camera and embarrass you. All you got to do is type your question in the chat. If you're watching the show, Zach will see the question and he'll pop it on the screen. Susan or I will read it and Susan will answer your question.
Oh, that's fun. I like
And
this.
yeah,
This
and
is like a new
between
game.
yeah, I figured I'm not going to make people call in, and that's
Yeah.
difficult with a live stream video cast. But and other than that, between people asking questions, and we may not get one. You know how some of our shows go. So,
Yeah, it is
a
funny.
lot of people. Something else that hasn't changed over the years with you is remember how many times I would tell people, listen, the week or so leading up to a Happy Meeting Monday, you ever wanted a live on air psychic reading from Susan? Now's your chance. It's her way of giving back to her fans and followers, my way of giving back to all of you guys for supporting the show. And sometimes we would have nobody, and you and I would get into we never know what we're going to talk about. We just talk about, anything paranormal or not. But
Right?
I would get all these messages after the show. Oh my gosh, I wanted to call in so bad and talk to Susan, but I just got so into your guys' conversation and I forgot. Next thing I know, the show was ending and I forgot.
Yeah.
So that happens too. And so we'll just chat and we'll catch up because I haven't caught up with you in a while.
Right?
I'm
Right.
gonna ask you a question.
Mhm.
You know me, if I ask you anything you don't want to talk about,
Oh my gosh.
just
Which you
just
always
know.
do.
You mentioned something about being at the vet earlier, and I know you recently got
Mm.
a new puppy. Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. It was just update shots and stuff. He's only 14 weeks. So he's getting all his little
What's he, about 110 pounds now?
almost. He's 32 and a half pounds.
Oh my gosh! At
Uh,
14 weeks?
At 14
Oh
he
no!
eats 6 cups of food a day. Yeah. Where's your big guy? What did they top off at as far as food?
I've had mastiffs,
Yeah.
like the only one I have left, Penny. Wow, and I think she was 3 in 2014. So what does that make her? 12? Yeah, I think 11 or 12. That's
Mhm.
old for a mastiff. She's a mastiff mix. Her mother was an American Staffordshire Terrier. The
Mm.
father was a Presa Canario, which is an African Mastiff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she just looks like a giant pit bull on steroids.
Mhm.
But still, that's old for a Mastiff. So I pray every day. Um, AHEARN Paranormal. Why do so many sections of the Christian faith not believe in the paranormal, yet some, including you, do believe? That's a great question. I'm going to throw that, I'm going to see if you have 2 cents you want to throw in on that question, Susan,
Yeah.
and then
Um,
I'll throw my 2 cents in on it.
oh, I like that. I like that. So I'm going to sum it up with one word: fear. It's fear. People are afraid of what we don't know and what we have been led to believe. We've seen that a lot in the past 2 years, just in what everyone's been going through. It's fear based, and fear you can control people. And I think that that's what it is. Because if you really were told that you have this amazing power and ability to manifest your own beautiful, amazing world, that could be dangerous. right? We don't want you running around thinking you don't need me, right? That's what they were thinking. And so, yeah, I would say it's fear-based.
That is a great question, and I would assume that's
Mhm.
Robern. Rob, I think it's Robern Halfern. If I'm wrong, correct me. I'm sorry, Robin. I think it's Robin is the head of that team. I'm going to be on his show, I think, in a couple of
Ooh,
months. He's got a
ooh,
podcast
cool.
too. For me, it just happens to be the way my life turned out. Because my mother, a devout baptized Catholic, but also extremely spiritual,
Mhm.
she's from Brazil, from a village called Cruz dos Almas, which means Cross of Souls. And I
Mm.
believe there was one time where that village was on the Guinness Book of World Records for having the most churches within a city limits. But there's no veil there. The dead walk around like it's just normal, and everybody that born and raised there just is used to that. Um, so I started seeing them at a very young age, spirits, good and bad. The only one I could confide in was my mom, and she told me, don't be afraid of ghosts. They're just people without a body any longer. And if one appears to you, think of it as a gift. Um, you may not think of that now, think of it that way now, but later on you'll learn to realize it's a gift. And they just want your attention. They want to either your help with something or give you a message. Ask them if you can help or what message do you have for me? Or not. If you don't want them bothering you, tell them you don't want them bothering you. And 99.9% of the time, they'll stop bothering you. That 1% of the ones that don't, that's a different story. And but so, the long story short, Robin, because I was already, paranormal was already happening to me. But being a baptized Catholic and later confirmed in the Catholic religion, and my mother, the, why I'm here was divine intervention, and that's a long story, and you can read about it in my first book. But I'm here due to divine intervention, and so it was just a natural. My mother all my life was saying, "Do you know what you want to be when you grow up?" And I would always say, "No." She goes, "You should think about being a priest. You're going to do something great for God one day." So I don't know if this is it, but I
We're
don't have an issue. I
waiting.
always tell people when someone says, what do you think about? I'll be on a case, and someone will say, "Sean, what do you think's going on here?" I'll go, "Well, my discernment." Well, what do you mean by discernment? That's just a different way that people like us that wear a collar say, "Well, I'm psychically getting this." There's just some weirdness with the term psychic. I have so many truly like you, truly gifted psychic mediums that totally approach this thing from love and light. And I believe the way you got your gift is a gift from God. And we can go into, you know what, we are going to go into that. And I'll tell you why. Because there's no question here. And there's going to be some people out there that don't know your personal story. So I'm going to air your dirty laundry right now, your dirty psychic laundry. And I'll tell you why I'm going to do this. I'm rambling tonight.
Wait, wait, wait.
Go ahead.
Is your dream catcher moving?
Uh,
I thought it was rotating. Yes, it is.
yeah, it is. And it's funny because I just got right here, just like something came up and sat right here in chili, and the back of my hair is being played with. And
Mhm.
I'm not going to say who that is, but somebody that known me in all my life
Right.
used to always
Well, I
play
was
with my
feeling
long.
something and I was looking at my flowers to see if they were moving because I felt like something was behind and I couldn't tell if it was behind me or behind you. It's behind you. Yeah, accurate.
Um, there was a young girl today. I saw a story today on the news, and it was totally reminded me of you.
Mhm.
A 14-year-old girl got hit by lightning. She's standing next to a tree in a park with a friend from school. Don't know why they were there. Midwest somewhere. Not a cloud in the sky. No rainstorms coming. No thunders being heard. And all of a sudden, out of the nowhere, this lightning strikes and it hits the tree next to her. Well, it killed her. But thanks to the fast action of some bystanders who immediately started CPR, and then the CPR that was continued on when the first responders arrived. I don't know if they brought her back before they got to the hospital or not,
Mm.
or if they brought her back at the hospital, but they eventually brought her back. But she did die. Now they had to medically induce a coma and intubate her, and they had her on a respirator for a while. She's not off of all that stuff, and I think she's even home now.
Wow.
Um, no, I don't think she's home because I think she just got hit. So no, I think she's still in the hospital.
Mhm.
But she's going to have to totally learn how to talk again. And there's things about her and her life and people that family members that she doesn't recognize anymore. So the doctors say she will eventually fully recover, they hope,
Right.
but it's going to be a painful rehab.
Mhm.
So I thought about you because what is it, two or three times you've been hit by lightning?
Two times.
Okay, let me see if this is another question. We have a huge event coming up concerning mental health. Oh, very cool. What should we do to make sure people participate and learn how to treat each other?
Mm.
What do you think?
Um, it's right now we can't make anybody participate. Right? You can't We know how healing it takes place now. It has to foster within that person. So I would say start from within. Holding that, what is that initial light and that message that you want to see happen. You don't even need to leave your house anymore. We've seen that that's happened in the past 2 years. We can do a lot of work just from our house. And so if you're trying to um, add energy, positive energy to that, to anything that you're doing, I'd say unify your what is the word? Unify the goal at hand. What is it? So that people hear and see and want to heal and want to, because mental health is tricky. It's really tricky, and it's hard to get some positive engagement. So the best part you can do is just from home, just sending that light out and starting that. Everybody on the same page that's working, everybody that wants to be a part of it. And then you encapsulate that. And that that is like a magnet. More people will be drawn to that. They may not even know why. A lot of people call me for readings, they don't even know why. They don't even, like, I don't know, I just saw you or something just came up. And so that light is seen by the people that need to see it. And that's all you need to remember. If you're putting your life and your soul into this, know that spirit will draw exactly who needs to come. And if no one needs to come, that's not your problem. That spirit says it's not time yet. So,
And I want to, now that we're on that topic, in August, this is plenty of time for people to write it on your in your notepad or your calendar or whatever. Packed Podcasting for All Coming Together channel is going to have a really cool uh, live virtual event dealing with mental health in August. I believe it's August 15th, right in the middle of the month. I could be wrong with that date, but um, everybody keep that on your calendar. Um, okay, Abigail. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Abigail. She says, "When exactly is my?" Oh, this is for you, Susan. Do you want me to read it, or do you want to read it?
no, you read it. You read it.
She says, when exactly is my husband is coming to join me to the USA?" Oh, this is a good one. "When are we going to have our first child?"
Oh, there's lots of happening there.
That's a
Okay.
good one. That's a good one.
Where are you located, Abigail, just so I can hone into your energy? Oh, she can't probably tell us that.
Yeah, she can type back in.
Okay.
Maryland. Oh, she's close to
Okay.
you.
Good. Thank you. That helps me. Yeah, we're not going to know. This is you, Abigail. A little overwhelmed. Nope, that's not you. Wait a minute. There we go. So this is you, a little overwhelmed. It's the cave. You can get anxious and, um, wanting your husband back. That's what this is. this is the answer that's never going to come, is the liar, the joker card. You're not going to get that answer. And um and that's the father card. So this is positive, very positive. The travel, the direction, um they're saying I'm getting threes, 13. I'm not seeing anything soon, hun. Probably at least a year. And I'm going to pull a card just to confirm that. Yeah, here's some more threes. So, I'm not saying 3 years. That's not it. 3 months, 3, 6, 9. It's going to be about a year. I'm going to throw out a year because that's what it feels like. 12, 13 months. So, you've got some time. So, work on you, work on what you need to do. And they're showing me how they're turning it back. They're saying focus on yourself and be able to move forward. That way then you're ready. You've looked at everything and you're ready. So,
I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear, Abigail, but spirit doesn't hold back the truth. So, what I will do for you is I will say a little prayer for you, Abigail, that the Holy Spirit enters and intervenes in your life and keeps you strong and positive and on the right path until you and your husband are reunited again, okay? God bless you and thank you for the question.
there's timing which is so which has other people have their hand in the save timing. It's not his timing or her timing. It feels like it's controlled by something else. And so that's the frustrating part. And that's where they're saying that maybe she just needs to just kind of refocus her energy on her and thinking positive and figuring out what she really wants. So it'll be okay.
Very, very cool. Very,
Yeah.
very cool. That was a nice reading. Um, what were we talking about? Oh, I'll
No,
go. I'll go back
we
to the
do this
very.
all the
Oh,
time.
I want to go to the lightning thing. I want people to know about you, real
Oh,
quick on
I
the dogs. I'm being told you forgot about the dogs. My dog now is 100 and I think she's 110, 120 pounds, but she's a smaller mastiff
oh, right.
mix. But I've had
Mhm.
mastiffs from 150 pounds on up to 220 pounds, all different shapes and sizes over a long period of time. I'm a mastiff guy, but you have. I think it's a Great Dane, correct?
Correct.
My
Yeah.
gosh, that is whenever I hear of Great Dane, one, I love them. Love, love, love them. And I had a Great Dane. Her name is Cagney. Loved her to death. I always think of that original black and white version of The Hound of the Baskervilles, which is a Sir Arthur Conan Doyle novel, and it's a Sherlock Holmes story about this big, huge, well, some creature was attacking all of the males in this one royal family out on the moors. And so Sherlock Holmes went there to investigate. But at the very end, when they caught it, it was an attack trained Great Dane that had this ugly mask put on it when the guy would send it out to go attack. And I always never forgot. I'm like, that is a cool dog. And so when I had a chance to finally get a Great Dane, I did. She wasn't like that, but Great Danes are just so awesome. You're gonna
Yeah.
just like having
I'm
another
so
person.
lucky. He's so good too. Yeah.
I have a question here. Do you see any major changes in our lives in the next year? But I do not know who that's from. Whoever sent
It's all
in
right.
that question, could you type
Well,
in
they
your
don't need
name
to.
real quick? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Um, yeah, we're gonna go through the thick of it right now. We're in it until at least August, September. So yeah, expect change. We just are doing the solstice. The summer solstice is about change and new beginnings. And so embrace that. Be excited about that. It's what do you want to see happen and plant those seeds so that when it comes time, we got to go through it, but it comes time for fall that we're able to really be excited about what we took the time to do now. So if you want change and you want it to go in a positive direction, then you totally control that. We're not as out of control as we'd like to see it, or like, what that we feel, or that others would like us to feel that we're out of control with everything that's happening. But yeah, it's going to be difficult. I'm not going to lie on this one either. It's going to be tough. until at least September.
Yes. I just announced this Friday. Um, and I already got a few people sent me in some, but I'm going to finish. I'm so overwhelmed now with people reaching out to me that are just so depressed about you name it. They're depressed about it. They either, do I feed my kids and not be able to put gas in my car, or do I put gas in my car so I can get to work, so I can continue to keep a roof over my head? From to health issues to just being, worry brings on sometimes health issues. So these people are also now suffering so many health issues from being just so worried, from just having come out of pandemic. I tell people all the time, don't watch the news, don't get into politics, because that's just depressing. Um, Whoever that is above you, much higher power, vibrational power of love and light, whatever name you want to attach to it, get a relationship going with that, and
Right.
just try and anyway, my poor attempt at putting a smile on everybody's face at the end of the show is people are now sending me in a bad joke. So I got this hat here that was once worn by carnival barker that asked me to come out and investigate his haunted carnival once. After he died, his wife sent me his top hat,
Oh,
and so people
cool.
are sending me these jokes, and I'm throwing the jokes in this hat. And
Oh,
at the
that's
very end of
cool.
the show, the last thing I'm going to do is pull out a bad joke and say it
Oh,
to
good.
everybody,
And
just to
I
try to.
cannot tell jokes to save my life. Do not. Oh,
So we'll see what happens.
right.
But yeah, I agree with you 100%. Joshua Dixon, where's God? Where is God? He's all around.
There.
He's right
He's
in
here
here,
somewhere.
Joshua. All you need to do is just tap into that. Wake up and be the very best version of yourself you can be every day. It's so easy, guys. I like to keep it simple, and as soon as I developed a way to just let go, let God, my life just got slowed down and got so much simpler, and things started opening up for me. And I just, I pray when I wake up in the morning. I pray before I go to bed. I just try to, turn the other cheek. Um, I pray for the people that I pray for my enemies, and uh, I just try and spread the love, man. Just,
Right.
um, but
I
God
wanted to
is
say,
God is
oh,
in
right.
you, Joshua.
It's yeah, right. It is. It's right here. It's how we move forward, and it's easy to get distracted. You know, there's a lot of distraction right now. You can go, and it's free will, so you can go in any direction. You want to go dark, you can go dark. You want to go light, you can go light. You can be miserable if you choose to. It's so much easier to be just to let it all go and yeah, just make it happen. Oh, I
And
did want to say, oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to say thank you to Jennifer. That was a very nice comment that she had said earlier. You kind of scooched over her. I wanted to give her props for that. So
Very, very
thank you,
cool.
Jennifer. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jennifer. Real quick before I get to Anne Marie here, in case Joshua was wondering why doesn't God help out more with the way the world is right now? Things all happen for a reason, brother. Just keep positive, keep praying. The veil of protection around us has just been beaten up. I don't think I have to tell you or convince you that things are about as evil in the world now as they've ever been in my lifetime. And so we have to battle that. Um, Anne Marie, I didn't get her question.
Oh, I did. I'm just going to give her
Okay.
a cute little reading. Um,
Oh, she doesn't have a question, but give her what.
Camera, so I apologize. I get all wonky on you guys. Um, so this is Anne Marie. She's the beauty card. I like this because you've got some inner lights. She's got some inner beauty that she likes to shine through. She's a little shy, so she doesn't always present it. Um, and but she's looking in the mirror. So she's looking forward, she's looking backwards, and she's wondering, where am I going? What am I doing? What am I really doing? And how am I she wants to get out of here. She wants to make a change. She wants to make a positive change. A little bit of fear is holding her back, that self-doubt maybe whispering in her ear a little bit. And so I would say, Emery, do what makes you feel beautiful. What at the end of the day, what feeds your heart and soul, do that. Bring joy into that and do that, because that's what you need. Um, you're gonna have to cut away the things that don't work for you anymore. That could be people, that could be a job. That's that change. It could be any aspect. They're not really specifically saying, but you know what it's about. So let it go. Thank it. Thank it for being difficult. Thank it for being a miserable experience. Thank you for helping me be in it long enough to find the motivation to leave it and know that it's okay. It's all good. So,
God bless you, Anne Marie, for the question. Hi, Jennifer. Ancestral healing. Any thoughts? That's a good question.
um, meaning, what are we talking ancestral? Where are we going with that one?
I could be off base here. I'm thinking,
Mhm.
and it's so weird. I just talked to a guy today. Maybe Jennifer is psychically connected with us here. I talked to a guy earlier today from back east, and his great grandmother was into witchcraft. They're originally from another country. They migrated here, but after and they're a very religious family now, but after all of these years, they seem to be having a lot of real weird, ugly paranormal activity
Mhm.
happening to them now. So, my answer to him was, just stay strong in your faith. Unfortunately, there could be something that's trying to collect on a bill that grandma didn't make good on
Mhm.
from back in the day. And now here's the thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you can't go back to when the deed was done and undo it. All you can do is now is fight. And I was lucky that they are already a religious family, so I just advised them to continue going to confession, mass, and receiving communion every week, and just pray, 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 pray. Maybe do
Well,
an outing where the whole family goes back to another Christian church and gets completely dunked in the holy waters again. Um,
it's only going to take one person in that family. And if he's bringing you that question, then I would say he is the chosen one in the family that can fix it, because not everybody can fix it. Some people, they're in that lineage, it kind of does a loop. And the grandmother may not have been the one to set it either. We don't know. It could have been, or the mother, it could have been the great grandmother. We don't know. And it'll just survives, and it just keeps passing and passing and passing until one person can break it. And he may be the one to break it. And oh, that's tricky. I mean,
well,
I work
I
on
hope
stuff
this
like
is
that. Where is he?
I hope we're kind of on
Yeah,
what
let me hear what she's
Jennifer was
talking about.
asking, because
Mhm,
I'm also thinking of a time where the one time I reached out to another psychic medium that I love, other than you because you were busy doing a movie or something. Um, I couldn't reach you. True story.
mhm,
And I reached out to
mhm,
the second most gifted psychic medium that I know to help me with some paranormal issues that I was having here, unlike anything ever before.
mhm,
Come to find out that it was the spirit of, I guess, an unhappy woman who was accused of being a witch back in the day, who one of my ancestors during the witch trials back in England
mhm,
did a number on.
mhm.
So there you go. Ancestral
Yeah.
healing is very, very important.
It's not that
Um,
tricky. It really isn't that tricky. It's the intention. Where's the intention? I'm trying to look up, I have my prayers on my notes here that would help with this particular one. Um, it's not that tricky. It just has to be the intention of healing all. And the words are really important though. So you keep talking and I'm going to look.
no, that's Yeah, help Jennifer with that. She feels it is her.
Oh, I got it. Here it is. So you say I, and then repeat your name. Void all lower commands and contracts made by the power of my light, I ask to be released from all inappropriate conscious and unconscious contracts made with energies of less than 100% light in any lifetime, past, present, future, in any dimension. And then you can throw in um, your ancestors somehow. We can throw that in there. And then you just say now, and you repeat that 3 times and get creative. You just, all contracts from my ancestors that have been made in this lifetime, in any lifetime. It's appropriate or inappropriate. We don't know why it was created, and maybe it was helpful. I don't know. I don't like making curses, and none of
Yeah.
that is. I don't like any of the manipulating of the nature of the natural process. So, but that helps. That stops that. Oh yeah. Ground yourself and just
There you
know that you
go.
can do this. Nothing is impossible unless you want it to be impossible, and then we've just but nothing is impossible, and it can be released and it can be healed. And then you're sending lots of love to that, because love is so powerful. We all know that the in light is just that important. Oh, good.
Jennifer, I love you and I pray for you. I'll add you to the prayer list tonight and say a prayer for you before I go to bed, okay? Stay strong. Georgia Hillstrom. Hi, Georgia. Says, do you have a card for me, please?
I do, Georgia. And your guides are telling me to pick from another deck. So I got to get my other stuff out. Give me a
Uh
second.
oh, that's never good.
Georgia, where are you from, hun? Where are you located on this planet? Or other? We don't know. We may be having people from other planets watching us tonight.
Hey, that's so. It's so. I so I try to clear my. You read my mind. I'm trying to clear my thoughts so that you don't do that. And it's funny you bring that up because I just
See
got
the
sent
camera.
this weird chart comparing aliens to angels and are they the same? And you just happen to bring up other planetary
Well,
visitor.
and I think they are, to be honest with you. If you're going to ask, I'm going to throw it out there, and I've never said this before, but yes, I think they are. I think that aliens and angels are easier to get around in our mind because they're more humanoid than something that isn't. And we judge our own people. So why wouldn't we judge something that doesn't even look like us? We
Yeah.
can't even handle our own people. So yeah. All
That's
right. So
funny.
I pulled for you, Georgia. I pulled meditation, Jophiel.
She's in
So
Tennessee. I love Tennessee.
let's see, turn it that way.
Isn't
And
that
this is beautiful.
is that is that
What?
Bellwitch country, Tennessee? Or am I thinking of
Ooh,
another state?
it could be. So this is about finding your center, and coming into it. The Jophiel is wonderful. Do you know anything on Jophiel background? Am I putting you on the spot? I don't mean to.
I do not.
Yeah. Um, so that's going to be really important for you, is to take that time, because I feel like you're a little too scattered and you need to find your center. They keep going like this, finding your center, getting balanced. It's either being out in nature and letting stuff go, because it feels like someone else is putting um, stuff on your plate that you don't need, and it's not yours anyways, and you can't fix it because it's not yours. It's their problem. So let it go. Just wash that and it'll be fine.
Very, very cool. I hope that helped you, Georgia. Thank you so much for the question. So you had to pick from another deck. What's the difference between the two decks?
Um, a lot. The Lenormand is these are
I happen to have, isn't it funny? I happen to have one here too that was
ha
gifted
ha
to
ha.
me
What do you
called
got?
a spiral tarot deck.
Ooh, I don't know what that one is. It looks very
And what
angelic.
happened was when that tr- was weird was when I got this as a gift,
Mhm,
something said your answers are in the Bible.
mhm.
And so what I started doing was, and I've looked through this deck, I love it many times, but I
Yeah.
started doing bibliomancy. I've got this one special Bible
Mm,
where, if I hold on to it long enough and drop into a deep meditative state, and I'm really asking for some answers and help and direction with this particular issue. And I say the issue. I keep my eyes closed, open the book. Wherever it opens, it opens. Wherever my finger goes down is where it goes down, and I read that. And I don't think one time it's let me down where I may have had to read what I was looking at several times, sometimes right away, maybe a
Mhm.
couple times, even if it's several times, something about what I am sent to read ends up helping me with that issue. It's
Right. Right. And that's so cool.
Julie Belden Griffin. Oh my gosh, Julie, I love you. I can't believe Julie's here. I've known Julie forever. Another fellow animal lover. Used to bring
Oh.
her animal into one of the animal hospitals that I worked at, and I loved them. A matter of fact, Julie, I'm staring at that framed picture you sent me of with one of your German shepherds from back in the
Oh.
day, but when they got very sick. So Julie says, I find myself lost, and she's here in Las Vegas. Hopefully you're still here, Julie, in Las Vegas. But Julie Belden Griffin from Las Vegas.
All right. So first of all, you found yourself, so you're not lost. You know exactly where you are, and you are all that you need. Is what is so important right now is the message that's coming across. You're distracted. You're not lost. And I don't want to correct you because you feel lost, but your spirit is going, no, you are not lost. And so you're distracted by all the caca that's going. It's almost like you're standing in the middle of a freeway and there are cars just zipping by you. I'm getting this image. And they're just zipping by you and you're zipping by and you feel like everybody's going somewhere and you're the only one standing still. And it's dangerous. Like you can't even you're like, "Why am I here? I'm not making good choices." It's all this stuff and you're just in a fog. But know that everybody is in a fog. And I never know where I'm going. I just never know where I'm going. I just start my day every day going, okay, what am I doing today? Where am I going to what is my intention for today? And just keep it really simple because everything's quantum right now, so everything is moving so fast that we don't know where we are. We don't know what's happening. We want answers because that's our human being wants answers. And we're not going to get those answers right now. All we need to know is that you are loved, you are guided, and there are amazing people. You've got a lot of family member behind you in spirit, and that we are all being guided in the right direction. And if we don't slow down, and that was part of the meditation for that other person, is if we don't slow down, then we get lost. We're just spinning and we're like, oh. So that's when you're feeling that, you have to really stop and take 5 minutes. You don't even need a lot of time. Just take 5 minutes out of your day to just go, okay. I have music that I listen to because I'm always driving around, and in between point A and point B, that helps me ground. So it has to be something that you like to listen to, and and that'll help you. It'll help you stay centered. I listen to kind of like mantra music, so that it's repetitive and it helps me find my soul, my inner light, and I just kind of stay there.
Julie, I hope you don't aren't upset about what I'm about to say. I mean it with all love and light. Uh, Julie recently lost her husband,
Hmm.
who happened to be just really a cool dude, super cool dude. Met him too. They were married a long, long time, deeply in love with one another. So I know that that's uh, that's not a bat upside the head. That's like a redwood tree dropping on your home and crushing you underneath it when something like that happens in your life.
Right.
So I know she's dealing with that too. Is there any everybody has probably told her the same things over and over and over again, but is spirit telling you anything that you want to say to her about um, healing, releasing, um, moving
She,
on, anything
yeah.
like that?
Well, she's just got to come back to center. And especially when someone dies, we lose ourselves in that. We almost surrender our life for the person who's passed, which doesn't make sense because they're in a better place than we are, and we need all the help we can get. But what's happening is that she's just reeling, that spinning of, I don't really want to be present. Present is painful, and she can get through the present aspects if she just slows down. And I think that that's why she's just kind of spinning. Um, it's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. She just has to. She's got to reform her life because um, was it was with someone else. And so that doesn't exist anymore. That has separated. Still there, but now she has to find herself and then be strong. And then her partner on the other side can help and support her. They're just in a different dimension. They're not really gone. They're just gone from this dimension.
I will say a prayer for you tonight, Julie,
Mm.
before I go to bed. You're on the prayer list. Um, Joshua says, "Is it okay not to be Christian?" Joshua, it's okay to be anything you want to be. What's not okay is to be a bad person. You need to just be, as long as you love your fellow man and are a good person, like I said earlier, try to be the best version of yourself as you can be every day. Um, and just be a good, be the kind of person. I tell a lot of people this. I get that question a lot. I tell people this. Always try to be the kind of person that when people think of you, it puts a smile on their face. And what would you like to say to him about that? Because I know you're you. we'll go into
You,
the you'll
you,
go into the life, the near death experiences. I'm just going to call them
right?
death experiences that you've survived. God has you here for a reason. But I know you're not like.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know if I've ever asked you if you're a baptized Catholic or
Hmm.
diehard Christian or anything like that. I know you're spiritual, but
Hmm.
anything you want to say to Joshua about that question?
Um, be the best version of yourself. That's it. Just be the best version of yourself, right? If you wake up every day and in this loving capacity and want to, you know, eh, not intentions, like we don't intentionally go out to hurt people. Some people do. We've seen that. But just to be that best version of yourself, then the beauty of that surrounds you. And if you're miserable, misery loves company. And that is so true. We've seen that. Misery loves company. And so just be the best version of yourself. It doesn't matter what label you put on it. Label is a human thing. Once again, it's ego. Ego loves labels because then it puts you in a square or a box, and like it squishes us into to conform. You don't have to conform. You just have to be the best version of yourself because that makes you feel good. When you're being the best person, you're being kind and loving, and it generates more, and so then there's more to share. You're never going to run out of love. You don't run out of it. It generates. You can choose to not generate it, or you can choose to hoard it and not share it, but it's there and it doesn't shut off.
Um, I am seeing a vision in the future that with Zach and Adrian's permission, once a month, I can see us easily maybe going to a 2 hour happy medium Monday because I don't think an hour once this gets rolling on this new format, I don't think an hour is going to be long enough. But um,
50 minutes. What the heck?
yeah, I want to tell everybody real quick though about
Mhm.
why I love you so much. I love you because I don't know anybody like you. You have died five or six. You and I
Yeah,
joke about this a lot. I think you're at five. I've
I'm
always
at 5.
counted it like it's seven
Yeah.
times you've actually had something happen where you died and they had to bring you back. So there's a reason why God keeps sending you back. Um, And I think you're right, exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know one. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about you. Everybody that I talk to about you loves you to death. Um, and your website is www.capecodhappymedium, all one word, .com. If you didn't get a chance to get your question into Susan and talk to her, you can go there
Mhm.
and check her out. But oh my gosh, you've been struck by lightning twice. You had a roof collapse in on you in a building. Been, what is it, a car accident and then hit by a car?
Yep. In the car, out of the car.
That's five right
Don't f
there. There was the lightning. Did I already mention lightning
Right, yeah, you
strike?
did. Hanging on the fence. I got hung on the fence.
Hung on the fence.
Yeah.
Um, childbirth.
It was, after, surgery, I
That's
passed a clot.
seven.
That was yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, I didn't die with the lightning, I just got zapped.
well, it doesn't matter. Um, come on, I just told you the
Well, they
story
call
about
it
that
near. I was close, I don't know.
poor young girl today that got hit by
Well, I was
lightning.
very fortunate, see, and it's all in how you look at it. I feel very blessed that I got struck and was fine, so
Some other things I want people to know about you is you are a member of a wonderful up and coming new
mm,
next generation paranormal team called Mass Hauntings.
yeah.
Um,
I'm
you guys
excited about
won
that
an
too.
award. You guys did an overnighter video of your investigation of the Lizzie Borden house that won an
Mhm.
award.
Several
Now,
awards,
yeah,
actually.
now you've got another. You're up for another award in some type of short film thing in London.
Mhm.
You got other things planned, mass hauntings. I'm going to have you and the whole team on this show in
Oh,
a couple of months. That's going to be crazy. The screen will
like
be
next month
six
or something,
squares,
right?
six
Yeah.
spaces.
Oh,
It
that's
might
gonna
be
be fun.
August. I think I'm having Daniel on, who's another
Mhm,
team member of yours, producer, director, and paranormal investigator,
mhm.
Daniel Groom. I think I'm having him on next month. And then I
He's
believe the
wonderful.
month after that, I'm having the whole team on. So, lots of great stuff happening for you guys and for you. I couldn't be happier.
There's a lot. We're getting very close to finishing another investigation that we did that I feel is even better than the Lizzie Borden, and I don't know how we can top that, but it's really is good. So there's a lot of cool stuff that's coming out, and he Daniel has worked so hard. He's so impressive, and he just had a big birthday. He just had what did he turned 30, I think he
Whoa.
did.
He
Yeah,
looks
or
like he's
maybe
not even old enough to go out and drink yet.
right. He's such a baby.
On that note, what was the movie again? It was an alien movie. One of the other team members, Daniel, I believe, directed it.
Correct.
And one of the other team members was the lead actor in it. I loved that
Mhm.
movie. I feel bad I don't remember the name.
I know. I don't either.
Um,
Why'd you do that to
you were
me?
in the movie.
I know I was even
Oh
in
my
it.
gosh. I will
Alternate
post.
ground. Alternate ground.
Okay, there you
Woof.
go. I love that movie.
That's bad.
Um,
Thank you, Jennifer.
um, oh my gosh.
Oh,
Uh,
table tipping. There's not enough time for table tipping. Table tipping is
Go
amazing.
for it. You got a couple of minutes left, and then
Okay,
I'm just going to
quick.
kick you out of
All
here.
right. So, table tipping is an old Victorian, um, they used to call it an old Victorian parlor trick. It's like having a seance, but I ask spirit to come through to the table and it moves the table. Instead of having me do the channeling, the table starts to tip and rocks and shapes. And it's so cool. And it taps out messages from any spirit that has come. We had a table tipping the other day, and it was really cool. Lots of people came through. We were able to ask very specific questions about what's on the other side. And this one person that came through was a gentleman, and we were able. He was very chatty, and so we asked him, "Do you were you able to be at your wake and your funeral?" And he said, "Yes, he was there." And the woman had said, there was a question about, oh, Joshua, we love you. You're fine. Thank you for your questions. They were wonderful. Um, we, she wanted to know if he was able to see something that happened before or happened at the wake or the funeral or something, and he did. He was able to witness it and gave his 2 cents. So we got a lot of, intelligent information back and forth during this tables tipping session, which was kinda cool.
And that's in Mass, in Cape Cod, correct?
On Cape Cod, yep.
If somebody can travel there or is living nearby and wants to attend those, how can they do that?
Oh, that's easy. I mean, they gotta just figure out where they wanna go. It's right now, the studio that I work out of is in Dennis, Massachusetts, on Cape Cod, right in the center. So there's a lot of places they can come and stay in Airbnb or beautiful hotels. I would wait until the fall because right now you'll pay through the nose dearly, and although it's beautiful, it's very expensive on high time. But wintertime is there's a lot of energy. You know, if you want to come see spirits, it's wintertime. So
Oh my gosh, I love you.
oh, I
I
love you too.
know,
It's so good.
who knows, just so everybody knows, Happy Meeting Monday will be the last Monday of every month on this show with Susan. And who knows, even by next month, it may go to longer than just an hour. It all depends on you guys. How many people show up, how many questions she gets, how hard you make her work and make spirit work. Um, Depends on that. And then also depends on the my newlywed, not newlywed, but newly engaged to be one day newlyweds co-producers, if their schedule would permit on a Monday night. I think on Monday nights, one of my co-producers has a show right after mine on this network. So um, we'll work it out. We'll see how it goes.
Mhm.
Thank you, Jennifer. On
Have a
that
nice
note,
time.
honey, with just a couple of minutes left, uh,
Seconds. Uh,
give your dog a big hug and a kiss for me.
thank you.
I'd say French kiss him, but Gary Dings don't really like French kisses.
Oh, this guy does, and his head is gonna be too big. I don't let him kiss anybody in the face because if this big giant head comes at you
Yeah,
with a big sloppy kiss, I'm like, "No, dude,
yeah,
can't do that.
yeah.
Can't."
Many times, my Sharon has been kissed by our mastiffs, and she walks into the room, and I think she just walked out of a scene from Ghostbusters. She's been slimed, you
Ah,
know. I got
right?
to go to them
Totally.
with the towel and clean her off.
Mhm.
Have a great remainder of your Monday evening, and
Thank you.
we'll be seeing each other and talking before next
Yep.
month. But I will see you here the last Monday of next month. Have a great 4th of July.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
I love
Thank
you.
you.
Good night,
Love you
Susan.
too.
Next Happy Medium Monday is going to be Monday, July 25th. Mark it on your calendars and get your questions ready. I will be here next Friday, leading into the long holiday weekend. And there's no show Monday night, the 4th of July. So be here on Friday. I've got Paranormal Authority, author, radio, TV, and film personality, the one and only Heather Lee Landon will be here Friday, July 1st. So be here for that one. And what else do I want to say other than thank you all for showing up today? Because I don't have a show without each and every one of you, and you're all on the prayer list. And I pray for you guys all the time, and that's the truth. Who do I want to thank? I want to thank my co-producers, Zach Clayton and Adrian Hart. I want to thank Things Network. I want to thank Temple of Phoenix Rising Entertainment. I want to thank Skeleton Key Network. I want to thank Pact, Podcasting for All Coming Together channel, all for simulcasting my show. And as promised on Friday, and I've already gotten several sent in to me since then, at the end of every show now, my poor attempt to put a smile on everybody's face is I'm going to tell a bad joke sent in to me from one of you, pulled from this hat that I spoke about earlier in the show. Okay. Sammy H. from Florida. What did the fish say when it swam into a wall? Damn. Good night, Danny. Good night, Jack. Good night, dog. Good night, Harold. Rest in peace. Good night, Ernie. Good night, Bill. Good night, Dan. God bless you all. Peace.